All right, welcome back, everyone. This is the third in my series of cooking classes today here at Woodland Terrace. Thank you so much for coming. We've already talked about my 5 chef secrets for creating amazing meals at home. We've talked about the only 4 knives you need in your kitchen. And now I want to talk about how to retain color, texture, and nutrition in your vegetables when cooking vegetables. I'm Chef Todd Moore. My mission is empowering people to cook without recipes. They experience the freedom to cook what they want, how they want it, the confidence to take control and try new things, the health benefits of fresh, wholesome foods, and the family-strengthening bonds of dinner time together, as well as the money they save by eating well. Live without rules, cook without recipes. It's a no-recipe lifestyle. Most people have a tendency to boil vegetables at a large, violent boil. Well, you would no more cook things in a moist fashion at a heavy, high boil than you would if you put something in the oven and constantly turned it to 500 degrees. So the first thing in cooking vegetables is understanding how you impart heat to food. And the best way to cook vegetables generally is steaming, is an indirect, moist fashion. But yet when you steam or simmer vegetables, you can lose nutrition, you can lose texture, you can lose visual appeal. Now think about it, when you boil carrots or simmer carrots, the water winds up orange and the carrots taste like water. Where did your vitamins go? Where did your nutrition go? It all went in the water. Well, there are certain chef secrets that I can teach you today that will help you retain the color, texture, and nutrition in your vegetables. We're going to do a little bit of a science experiment here, and what I've got is 3 pots of water boiling on the stove. So the first pot, I'm going to add some baking powder. Got a fork or something? Sorry, baking soda. Add a little bit of baking soda. Now, baking soda is a base, is a low alkali item, some baking soda in my first bowl. The middle bowl is the control, that's just water. This bowl, I'm going to add some vinegar to. Some white vinegar. Vinegar is an acid. So I've got an acidic liquid, I've got a neutral liquid, and I've got a base liquid. 3 different liquids that I'm going to cook vegetables in. What I also have is a piece of celery. Celery is green. Let's add a green item to the acid, to the neutral, and to the base. I've also got a carrot. Let's add an orange item to the acid, to the neutral, and to my base. I've also got an onion. Let's peel it so we can see the white part a little better. An onion that I'll cut into 3 pieces. And this is acid, neutral, and base. How about and let's take a look at the resulting difference. First, we'll take a look at the celery that was in the base, in the baking soda. Look how bright green that celery is. Really, really nice. Let's take a look at the celery that was in the acid. Drab, army green, right? Look at the difference between these two. Came from the same stalk of celery, but this is why green vegetables, things with chlorophyll, dull with acids. All right, nice experiment, Chef Todd, but what does this mean to me in my kitchen? This is why cooking things with tomatoes. Green beans with tomatoes? Do your green beans come out army green? Yes, because tomatoes are acidic, are highly acidic. When you cook green items in a highly acidic environment, you blanch out their colors and they don't look very eye appealing anymore. Let's look at the texture, though, of these things. Here's the one that was in the baking soda. Although it's hot, it cracks. Very crisp. The one in the acid, I can bend it in half and it doesn't break. This ruins the texture of the item as well. Cooking green vegetables in an acidic environment, tomato paste, lemon juice, anything that's acidic is going to wash them out. The next one, let's look at the carrot, the orange item. Here's the carrot in baking soda. Here's the carrot in acid. All right, should have probably peeled the carrot first, but all right, acid and baking soda. Not a big difference in color. The one in the acid looks a little bit drabber, but here's where the real difference is. When I take my finger and rub it on this carrot, ew. Look at that, it's so slimy. It absolutely ruined the texture of this carrot, and this is in a base, in a basic environment. However, when I look at the one in acid, I can't even scratch it with my fingernail to get the skin off. Acids, firm textures, in orange and red vegetables. So if you're cooking red peppers, if you're cooking carrots, if you're cooking red potatoes even, a little bit of acid firms those textures. That's why acid goes in potato salad so much. When you make a potato salad and you put a little bit of white vinegar in there or so on, it retains the texture of those potatoes. You don't want it to turn into mashed potato salad. Let's move on to the white one. Our white onion and acid. Beautifully white. Look at that, kept its nice white color. The control item that was just water looks pretty much the same. Absolutely white. Let's look at the one in base. Oh my goodness, look how yellow that turned. So again, acidic environment is going to keep the color and texture. Speaking of texture, same type of test. Let's take the onion that was in acid. Whoops, didn't mean to throw it, but it cracks immediately. The onion that was in the base, oh, it's all over my fingers. It's all slimy. Need a towel for this one. So it shows you that the acidic environment, while it can destroy the color of green vegetables, it firms the textures of other colored vegetables. Plus, I'll show you another thing. In the acid, my water is basically clean, right? Basically clear. Although I cooked celery in there, I cooked carrots in there, it's basically clear. And remember, the acid retained the structure of it. But look at the water in the base. It's all green.
It's with nothing, right?
No, this is the base. This is baking soda over here.
Okay.
Look at that. It's got all the green coloring in it. And yes, when you talk about nothing, here's the one that was nothing in there. And that's got a green and kind of orange hue to it. So you don't need to be a chef with years of experience nor a scientist to figure out where did your vitamins go. It's in that water. You know, you cook carrots and the water's orange. Where do you think the vitamins went? However, this water remains clear. So again, a little bit of acid that firms those textures keeps you from leaching the nutrients and vitamins of your vegetables into the water. It is the combinations of ingredients that can help them have eye appeal, that can help them be more nutritious. What's the sense of going to the farmer's market and buying beautiful fresh ingredients and then bringing it home and leaving them all in the water? You retain the nutrients, you retain the texture, you retain the nutrition and the eye appeal of your vegetables when you understand the combinations of acids and bases. Thank you for your time. Appreciate a little experiment.